did Diana, singing and dancing all in the rain. I just wanna have a good time. Turn around, hit inside. Everybody else down to the right.
Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kay. A lot of people know me as Bonita. That's because that's been my Facebook name for a while. So everybody call me Bonita K. Bonita is beautiful in Spanish. But I'm 25 years old. I was born in July. I'm a Cancer. Best sign there is. And I have a daughter. She's 6 months old. I had her in December 2018. I'm currently in a relationship going on 2 years with a cop. I love the little girl so much, and she's just so beautiful. I know everybody think their kid beautiful, but my daughter is really beautiful. I've been doing hair since I was about 5 years old. I used to do my brother's hair. I have 3 brothers. One on my dad's side, 2 on my mom's side. I'm the youngest. I'm the only girl. And no, I'm not spoiled. I hear I'm spoiled, but I'm not spoiled. I've been doing hair since I was 5. So when I was younger, I used to do like my brother's hair. They had long hair, so I would braid their hair up. My mom would make me like take their hair down and do it over and over and over until I got it right. And so they were my test dummies when I was young. Then when I turned when I got to age 12, I did my first sew-in my mom's hair. It only happened because her stylist at the time, her phone had got disconnected, and she ended up moving locations. So my mom didn't know where her new location was, and she couldn't get in contact with her. So my mom, I guess she was going somewhere, I can't really remember, but she was like, I need you to do my hair. I'm about to show you. I need you to sew in. And the crazy thing about it is, back then when I was 12, I don't remember what year that was, but I know it was like before 2010 or something. But the braid pattern was like a zigzag, like all the way across, all the way down to the bottom, like just literally going back and forth. So that was the braid pattern that I did in her head. And then I literally sewed the hair in the same way that I did that braid pattern. But fast forward, I attended 3 different high schools. Don't ask me why. We'll talk about that in another video. I ended up graduating from Detroit City High in 2012. I actually had to go to school for an extra year. Reasons I'll talk about it in another video. But I didn't go to college, like a university or a trades college, or just like a community college. I didn't go to any of those, only because when I got out of high school, I had went for an extra year, which really was 6 months, but they broke it up into a year. I'll explain that later. But I didn't really want to go to school no more, because I was like, I've been in school for all these years. I'm tired of school. I don't even want to go to college. I was like, and then at the time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. So I didn't want to be in financial debt or have all these student loans, and then I didn't even get a degree behind it, or I wasn't happy with what I was doing. So I was like, I'm not even going to do that. So I started working temp jobs. So I got hired at a couple of temp jobs. I got fired from them. Then I ended up getting a nice job. Well, it wasn't a good job, but it paid good money. So I ended up working there. I was making like $16 an hour. It was fine. And then I ended up getting fired. So I was like 3 days before I was about to get hired in too. Like that was like the most disappointing I could have been. And in that same week, so much bad stuff had happened to me. It'll make your head spin, which I'll talk about in another video again. I end up, one day I sat down and realized, like, you know what? Maybe God is trying to tell me something. Like, maybe he's trying to tell me, like, you keep trying to work for people, but the mindset you got is a boss. So, like, why not pursue what you're good at? And at the time, I really didn't want to do hair, because back then, when I was, that was like when I was like 19, 20, We didn't have like deposits and late fees, and nobody really did stuff like that. Well, they probably did, but it was not broadcasted on like social media. So at the time, I knew how I wanted to run my business, and the little clientele that I did have, they didn't really follow directions. I didn't like for people to come late. I didn't like a lot of the stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna pursue hair for real, because I know how I want to run my business. But after I got fired, it was like, what are you gonna do? You keep being fired from all these jobs, so what are you gonna do? So I was like, you know what, maybe I should start. So I end up let's backtrack a little bit. When I was 14, I had assist after doing my mom hair and that sewing. I ended up assisting for someone who was kind of like a part of the family. She was dating someone in my family. Well, her sister was dating someone in my family. So I ended up working as her assistant, and I actually made good money doing that. Like back before like 2010, I was making like $100 a day, and that was like kind of good back then. And for me to be 14, that's what I was making. And I was only in high school, and that was a day, and I probably worked like 4 days out the week, so like $300-400 a month. That was a lot. So and on a bad day, I made probably like 50. That was still good. So I was assistant for her. So then my cousin, she had reached out, the same lady who I was assistant for, she had reached out to one of my family members, my cousin, and told her like, let Gabrielle know I just got a shop, and I want her to come work in my shop or whatever. So she ended up owning a salon that was like 10 minutes from my house. So I was like, okay, let me go up there. So I ended up going up there and having a conversation with her, and she was like, I want you to come work here. And I was like, well, I was so scared. I'm like, because I always was like, I don't want to be working in a shop and I can't pay my booth rent. Like, what if I don't make clients that week? But when you think about it, it's like, even if you do 2 clients, you will make booth rent, because booth rent is only like $75 a week. So even if I was to do 2 clients out of 7 days, I'll make booth rent. I wasn't thinking like about it in that way at that moment. So I was just like, I'm scared. I ain't about to do it. But she was like, for the first, I ain't gonna charge you. Just come, and because we just really need somebody up here. You a good braider. Da da da. I did a lot of stuff at the time. Like I did sew-ins, quick weaves, curls. I did a lot of stuff. I wasn't that good at it, but I did. Well, I was really good at sew-ins. My sew-ins always was good. They wasn't like the swoops and stuff, wasn't all of that. But as far as the foundation and how it was manifested, it was always perfect. But they really wanted me to braid, because she didn't know how to braid, and no braiders was in the shop. So she was like, just come up here, and just come up here, or whatever the case may be. So at the time, I still had my job. So my job, I had worked at like 3 to 11. So I would go to her shop from like 9 all the way up until like 2. And I would stay there all day, whether I had a client or not. I would just stay there because I was persistent. I really wanted to, work and pursue what I really wanted to pursue my dream of hair, because I really did love doing hair. It was just that the clients made me not want to do it. But I did love doing hair. So I was like, I'm just going to stay up here and, just do it. So I end up staying up there for long hours and stuff. Just, I would do whatever clients come in and stuff like that. And she never charged me. So she was like, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get you some business cards and just a lot of different stuff. So I'm like, okay, great. And let's fast forward a little bit. I ended up stopping working there because of reasons of her. And we'll talk about that in another video because it's juicy, honey. But I ended up stopping working there, and then I ended up finding another salon that was like a little farther from my house, but it was perfect because it was a private suite. That was perfect for me because I hate like working with people. Not even that I hate working with people, but I'm a very, I don't even know how to put it, but the way I run my business is different from a lot of people. Like, I'm not a big cusser. I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm always thinking positive. I'm always positive about stuff, and everybody is not like you in that matter. So the people that I didn't want to be around certain people like that. I wanted to, like I said, I had a vision on how I wanted to run my business then. So when I found this owner, he was a guy. He was a guy. That was number one that I liked, because I know guys not really messy. You get some guys that are messy, but he wasn't messy at all. He was so cool. He never tried to hit on me. It was just all love, and it was just perfect. So I ended up working in his shop, and I had my private room. And I worked there for about 2 years, and then I ended up leaving and I found something even better than that one. So I moved there, and that's where I'm currently working now. So let's go back a little bit. When I was working in the shop with the guy, I was like, you know what? I really want to learn how to do healthy hair. Like I don't want to just like have my clients looking good. I want with weave, I want them like when they take their weave out, they can wear their natural hair and it looks even beautiful. Like, you know, I want to specialize in healthy hair. I want to learn how to grow their hair. I want to learn how to manage their hair, just different stuff like that. So I end up going to school. So I was like, I'm gonna go to school for hair. So I ended up registering for school, and I went in 2016 I started, and I ended up graduating in 2018. I graduated so late. The course is only like a year and a half, but it depends on if you go full-time or part-time. I ended up going part-time because I was doing hair in a salon, so I wanted to kind of do both, still make money and then still go to school or whatever. So I was going to school, and I ended up doing part-time, so I had to go like a little extra because full-time is like 7 hours a day, part-time is like 5 hours a day. So I ended up going I had to go a little extra, and I ended up graduating in February of 2018, but I didn't finish school until March. So like if you at a certain amount of hours, you can walk across the stage with the rest of the graduates, and I was at that point where I was able to walk across the stage with the rest of the graduates. But I actually finished school in March, which is when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. She's such a happy baby. She wake up smiling, literally. She don't wake up crying or anything. She literally wakes up smiling, and I just love it. But I ended up having her, and once I got pregnant with her, I procrastinated on going to get my license. I wasn't only scared, but I was using her as an excuse. So I literally, you get a year. So after you graduate school, you know, the school will pay half of your test to take your test. They'll pay half if you go and register for it that week that you graduate. So I did that. I ended up paying for it and everything. So all I had to do was go take it. But I ended up letting my baby, using her as an excuse and not going to go take it. So I literally let and you get a year from the date that you pay. You get a whole year to take your test. So I literally waited until the month of the next year, which was this year, 2019, in March. I literally waited until then to take my test. Crazy thing is, I wasn't even going to take it then. I ended up going up to my school, and I was telling them, like, y'all know I never took my license. And they was like, what? Girl, you better go get your license. We about to register you for it right now. I was like, no, I'm scared. I don't want to practice. And they're like, girl, it's not as hard as you think. You overthinking it. We're going to register you. We're going to help you out, get you some practice in, and then you can go take it. So, which they did. And it was like, I had practiced like twice, and it was like, oh, you already ready? I'm like, oh, no, I'm not ready. So she ended up scheduling my date for like, my end date was like March the 29th. I end up, I was like, you know, schedule me for like the last week of March, like the 20-something. So she ended up scheduling for the 20-something. I ended up, doing the 2 practice runs, and she was like, you could take it earlier. I'm about to go reschedule. And I'm like, no, like she went and rescheduled it, which is the owner of the school. She ended up rescheduling it. So I went and I took it, and I passed the first part. The first part is the practical hands-on. I ended up passing that with flying colors. Like I did amazingly. Once I got in, like all my nerves went away. Once I got to doing it, because I know what I'm doing, all my nerves went away. I went through it, did it, and I ended up passing. So I did that, and then they scheduled me for my theory. Now, theory is a little harder because you have to, like, that test was so confusing. Like, I know stuff when it comes to hair, but the way that they asked the questions was not the way that you would think that they asked the questions. So I failed the first time when I took theory. So I ended up having to pay for that over again. But I was determined because the second time I passed, and then I ended up getting my license. So now I'm a licensed cosmetologist, which I'm so happy about, because that's just like a milestone that I accomplished. You know, they say that a cosmetologist license is like at the same level as a master's degree. So people think like cosmetology is not that like important, or it's not that like big of a deal, but you literally, it's not just about hair. Like I had to learn anatomy. I had to learn a lot though. You had to learn about the skin. You had to learn literally every part, every bone in your body. Like, it's not just about hair though, trust me. Like, that book is thick and you got to learn all of that. So I was so happy about getting my license. Like, I cried walking out of there when it said passed, because that's all I worked for. Like, I did all that in school, and I've been doing all this just to get my license, and I got them, and I was so excited. So that's that. Like, that's what I do for a living. I'm a cosmetologist. I have a nice clientele, and all my clients love me, like, literally. I'm not even gloating or sugarcoating. My clients love me, and they will go to work for me, period. And that's because I get them together, and I'm very positive, and I'm very heartwarming. I'm always, you know, looking out for them or checking up on them. I'm not just I feel like I'm not just their stylist. I'm like their friend, their counselor, and everything else. Because my clients come and they tell me stories that you wouldn't even think that they'll tell people, you know, that's not like they friends or they family, but I guess they look at me like I'm their family or they friends because they tell me stories, honey. But I always check up on my clients and different stuff like that. They really love me, and I love them to death, because without them, guess what, I'll be broke. So ain't no reason but to love them. So that's that. A little bit about me and my relationship. I've been dating my boyfriend for going on 2 years, and I'm really in love with him. He's a Detroit police officer, and when I met him, I didn't want to talk to him for real. He would think that I did. He always said that I did, but I didn't. I didn't really care. When I met him, I was like, oh, everybody need an officer under their belt. So I got his number, and we text that first day, and we kind of was cool after that. Like, we was really kind of hitting it off. But, you know, in the beginning, it's always like that. The 30-day honeymoon is what we call it. You know, everything good and gravy until that 30 days is up. That's it, because that's literally what it was. Once that 30, I know he loved me to death, and I love him to death. He was a little annoying. You'll see a lot of him on this channel because I'm going to be pranking him like crazy, and he already know he is not friendly, and he is not a camera person. He actually hates being behind the camera, and I don't know why, because he's so cute. So I don't know why he hates being behind the camera, but y'all gonna see a lot of him. We've been dating for a while. We actually just moved in together December of last year. We kind of lived together before, but not really. I just was always at his house, or he was always at my house. So, you know, so we really kind of moved in together last year, December. And it's actually going good. Our daughter really brought us together even more. Like, she really brought us closer together. But that's really it. I just wanted to give y'all a little backstory on my life and me. And just let y'all know, y'all gonna see a lot of videos, and I'm very goofy and I'm very silly. I play all day. Like, all I do is play. I play way too much, y'all. Like, it may not seem like it right now because I'm kind of serious, but I literally play all freaking day. Like, my friends, they get tired of me, but they all love me. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of me and a lot more of my playful side. I might do videos on me doing hair sometimes. You know, I really don't care to incorporate that, but that's my life, so I'm sure y'all gonna see a lot of that. Y'all gonna see a lot of my daughter because that's my baby, and I will be posting her a lot or showing her a lot. And then y'all gonna definitely see a lot of my boyfriend, because I cannot wait to get the pranks rolling. And he jumps off everything because, again, he a cop, so he's always on defense. So, like, if you touch him, he like what? But y'all gonna be seeing a lot. So I hope y'all stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. I love y'all. Bye.